This is Black Light, and we're talking about how to tell an agent, potential agent, and so forth. I remember a time when I was growing up in the Nation of Islam that the ministers used to study the children, and when they would give a feast or a gathering at different Muslims' houses, and they would study the children, because I remember them looking at me and saying, when I was about 5 or 6, saying, well, he gonna be this and he gonna be that. There go your captain, there go your minister. There, they had a way of picking out your potentials, and the Honorable Elijah Muhammad was so wise that he knew who was gonna turn on him. He knew this. Now, by him studying the other prophets, there was always a turncoat or a hypocrite in one of the stories of the prophets. And in every movie you see, there's always a traitor in the movie. So you know it's going to be one there. Now, in these modern times, we got these different groups, black conscious groups, Egyptologists, metaphysics, all these different camps of black people, Moors, Hebrew Israelites, and they got a large amount of following. Now, however, the leader is, so is the congregation, so is the flock. So let us examine this, how you could tell. If it's a change in the person's methodology or his philosophy, or if it's a leader, because the leaders turn hypocrite, it's going to be some of the flocks turn hypocrite. But if, say for instance, like we're going to start with the Nation of Islam. A lot of brothers didn't go along with the way Elijah was teaching. So they went out and started their own. A lot of brothers and sisters don't excuse me, man, sneezing. But anyway, a lot of them started their own temple. Now, do you call these hypocrites because or their own mosque or their own flock, had their own flock? They basically, some of them, when started like Clarence 13X, because he, had a different perspective, but he didn't go against the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad to a degree that would say he's a hypocrite. Now, there's only 2 or 3 that I really is outstanding hypocrites that a lot of people want to say is hypocrites, but they went against the teachings. One was Malcolm, and the other was Wallace D. Now it was hard for everybody to see that coming with Malcolm and with Wallace D. Muhammad being the Honorable Elijah Muhammad's son. And then Wallace D. Pulled Mr. Farrakhan and Muhammad Ali in his camp. And they lost perspective of themselves. I'm talking about Mr. Farrakhan and Muhammad Ali. Mr. Farrakhan came back and restarted the Nation of Islam, but he took some orthodox teachings with him when he came back. He did some things eventually that the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad never did do. So now you got brothers, different Nation of Islam, deviating, basically not deviating from the teachings of Master Farad Muhammad, but deviating from the way the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad established things. You see? So they deviating from the foundation. Black light.